Hey guys, today on Science Station we're going to be defying gravity. You're going to love it. Okay, so this experiment is actually pretty cool. It might be kind of hard to do because you got to get something very special. Now, the big idea this month is humility. It's putting others first by giving up what you think you deserve. The animal of the month is the school of herring, and the color is red. And so what we have done is we're going to do, since the school of herring is a type of fish, we thought it'd be fun to do a water experiment. So make sure that you have something to clean up. But if you do it right, it should work perfectly. Now, this is what I had to do. It's kind of hard to find, but you can find these red glass jars, and they're called defying gravity jars. It's really, really cool. What you do is you fill it with water. It's very, very simple. And because it's a defying gravity jar, you can take this jar, put a note card over the top, and all you have to do is flip it over, and it completely defies gravity. Check it out. Amazing, right? Okay, I can tell that I'm not fooling you, and I shouldn't be, because we're not really defying gravity. But what is going on here? Well, let's take a closer look. You see, inside this jar is just regular water, and it is a regular jar, although I did get it red since that is the color of the month. But what this is really all about is air pressure. Now, let me show you with another cup, a regular cup, one that you can find at home. We've got a clear cup. We'll fill it with water. And we're going to just take a regular piece of paper, just like we did before, put it over the top, and flip it over. Now, what happens? Well, something special happens when you flip it over. Just a little bit of water comes out of the cup. But here's the thing. No air can get inside. The water creates a perfect seal around the edge. Now, why is that important? Well, you see, all around you is air, and because there's all around you air, there's air pressure. In fact, air is pushing on you with the equivalent of about 15 pounds per square inch. That's a lot of push. But it's sort of like the school of herring in the water. They don't notice the water because they're always in it, in the same way that you don't notice the air pushing on you with 15 pounds. But if you were to take all of the air in, say, your school gymnasium, if you could bag it up and then weigh it, it would weigh about as much as a full-grown elephant. That's a lot. It's really heavy. So when you flip the jar over, it's all about air pressure. The air on the outside of the cup becomes greater than the air inside the cup. And it's very simple. You see, when you flip it over, a little bit of the water is allowed to escape. And instantly when that happens, because no air is allowed to get into the cup, the air pressure inside the cup becomes less than the air pressure outside of the cup. So to put it simply, the air outside of the cup is pushing with 15 pounds of pressure, and the air inside the cup is not pushing with 15 pounds of pressure. It's a little bit less. Because it's a little bit less, it makes the piece of paper stick to the bottom of the cup. It lets you defy gravity. Now, this is a fun experiment to try after dinner, but just make sure you practice a few times over the sink or over the bowl and not over your dad's head. Just trust me on that one, okay? Now, I know what you're thinking. How does that cool experiment have anything to do with this month's big idea? Humility. See, I think humility is kind of a hard big idea to grasp. I mean, we think about being humble, but what exactly does that mean? Well, I like this quote from C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis said this. He said, humility is not thinking less of yourself. It's just thinking of yourself less. And that's why I like this experiment to help remind me about humility, because the pressure inside the cup was less than the pressure outside the cup, and it allowed it to stick together. But here's the thing that you need to know. Humility is backwards from the way most people will tell you to do it. In fact, humility is kind of an upside down concept to our world sometimes, because sometimes people think that you should come first, that anything that you want should be what you think about, and that if you want to get ahead in life, you have to think about yourself first. But humility reverses that whole process. In fact, it turns the whole thing upside down. It tells us that when we put others first, when we treat others right, which just means that we treat others the way we want to be treated, we actually maximize our potential. Because when we put others first, we're practicing humility. And when we put humility to work inside of us, it can change the world around us. And not only will it be good for the people that you're humble around, I mean, think about it. What if, for instance, you decide to let someone go in front of you in the school lunch line? Or what if maybe you came home and you simply asked your mom, hey, what can I do to help? Or maybe it's something as simple as just telling someone that you don't know how to do something and you would love for them to teach you. When you practice that kind of humility, put others first by giving up the things that you think you might deserve, you're practicing the big idea. And when it goes to work inside of you, it'll change the world around you.
Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to this awesome Big Idea Experience video. If you want to see our newest Big Idea videos, make sure you click on the buttons to the side. You can also subscribe to our channel so you're the first to know when we post a new video. And of course, you can check out our Facebook page for even more ways to share this month's Big Idea.